On a clear, dark night far from city lights, a pale river of light stretches across the sky. It looks almost like spilled milk glowing against the darkness, soft but unmistakable. For thousands of years, people have paused beneath it and wondered what they were really seeing. That hazy band has inspired myths, poetry, and eventually scientific discovery. But why do we call it the Milky Way? The name feels oddly specific for something so enormous and ancient. To understand it, we have to look at how early civilizations described the night sky, how language shaped those descriptions, and how science eventually revealed what that glowing streak truly is. Right here, on History of Simple Things. The term Milky Way comes from the Latin phrase Via Lactea, which literally translates to road of milk. The Romans adopted the idea from the Greek phrase galaxias kyklos, meaning milky circle. In fact, the word galaxy itself is rooted in the Greek word gala, meaning milk. Long before telescopes existed, observers simply described what they saw with their eyes. The band across the sky appeared cloudy and white, not sharp like individual stars. Without the ability to resolve its details, comparing it to spilled or flowing milk was natural and immediate. The name began as a straightforward visual metaphor, grounded in everyday experience rather than scientific explanation. Greek mythology offered a vivid story to explain that pale streak across the night sky. According to legend, the infant Heracles was placed at the breast of the goddess Hera while she slept so he could gain divine strength. When she awoke and pushed him away, her milk spilled across the heavens, forming the Milky Way. The myth explained the band's appearance while tying it to divine power and cosmic drama, giving a human story to a mysterious celestial feature. It also reflected the Greek habit of linking mythology and natural phenomena to make the universe more relatable. Because Greek culture heavily influenced Roman culture, this story and its imagery endured. As Roman language and literature spread through Europe, the association between the sky's pale streak and spilled milk became deeply embedded in Western tradition, shaping how generations would perceive and name the galaxy. While the milky description became dominant in the West, other cultures saw something entirely different. In ancient China, the band was known as the Silver River, separating two celestial lovers in the Chikshi legend. In India, it has been called Akash Ganga, the Ganges of the sky, linking it to a sacred river. Various indigenous cultures described it as a path for spirits or a road across the heavens. These names reflect local landscapes, beliefs, and values rather than a single universal interpretation. The Milky Way's appearance is constant, but the meaning assigned to it depends on cultural perspective. The Western name is simply one interpretation among many. Before modern astronomy, philosophers tried to explain the Milky Way using the knowledge available to them. Aristotle suggested it was a phenomenon in Earth's upper atmosphere, possibly related to fiery vapors. Others proposed that it might consist of distant stars, though they lacked evidence to confirm this idea. The turning point came in the early 17th century, when Galileo Galilei aimed a telescope at the glowing band. He discovered that it was not a cloudy substance at all, but a dense concentration of faint stars packed tightly together. His observations transformed the Milky Way from a mysterious glow into a physical structure made of countless individual suns. Even after Galileo's discovery, the true scale of the Milky Way remained unclear. For centuries, many astronomers believed it encompassed the entire universe. It was not until the 20th century that observations by Edwin Hubble revealed that there are other galaxies beyond our own. The Milky Way turned out to be just one of billions in the observable universe. Today, astronomers understand it as a barred spiral galaxy about 100,000 light-years across, containing hundreds of billions of stars. We see it as a Milky Band because we are inside it, embedded within one of its spiral arms, looking along its dense, star-filled plane. Despite centuries of scientific progress, the name Milky Way has remained unchanged. It persists because it still captures the visual experience of seeing the galaxy with the naked eye. Under dark skies, far from artificial light, the band appears soft, pale, and diffuse, remarkably similar to the image that inspired its ancient name. Scientific language now describes the galaxy in terms of stellar populations, dark matter, and a supermassive black hole at its center. Yet the old metaphor survives. The name bridges past and present, linking early human observation to modern astrophysics. It reminds us that even precise science begins with simply looking up and describing what we see. The Milky Way is not a road of milk, nor the spill of a goddess, nor a river suspended in space. It is our home galaxy, a vast spiral system of stars, gas, dust, and dark matter, stretching across incomprehensible distances. Yet its name reflects the first and most human response to it: wonder shaped by familiarity. Ancient observers reached for a comparison they understood, and that comparison endured through language, myth, and scientific revolution. Even now, when we know we are gazing along the crowded disk of a galaxy among billions, the name still feels fitting. It connects us to those early skywatchers who stood beneath the same glowing band and tried to make sense of it. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.